Salutations, fellow nerds. I'm Rick Y, the Wise Guy. Today is December 28th, 2024. It's long been surmised by many that one of Donald Trump's successes was tapping into a vein of racism and hate that had been pulsating beneath the surface of many dark corners here in America. Because of this, he built a candidacy of rage and fear, and this idea that one of the greatest enemies for Americans were immigrants. Now it appears as though his entire platform is actually starting to rip itself apart. Because, not in spite of, this racism and xenophobia, before it's even gotten off the ground. So, if you're down with news, history, or Americana in general, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It's good to have you here. Sit a spell. Take your shoes off. Over the course of the past 8 years, one of the primary sticking points that has risen in this country was Trump's gravitation towards causing strife and manipulating people's fear. Indeed, it is now something that many Americans, are rightfully concerned about, given the rhetoric that he has espoused since first claiming that all Mexican immigrants coming over the southern border were rapists and drug dealers. There's been no softening of this tone when it comes to that kind of speech, that he's also tried to build bridges with Nazis and white supremacists over the years through both dog whistles and outright signaling. The mantra of America first has been repeated incessantly because of this. Trump has even built this idea that we have some kind of open border when we never have. So color me shocked when two of his most loyal advisors of late have been rallying around the idea that we need to expand immigration status through the H-1B visa program to recruit greater talent from abroad. You can probably start investing in watercolors too, because you're going to need to color a lot more people, just as shocked as I was. It appears this has actually caused quite the stir, and my popcorn buckets have been out since yesterday. He then went on to twisting that knife by openly calling Americans, and in turn all of those super nationalist Trump supporters, both lazy and, quote, retarded. It was then that this little spat really got my attention. But over the night, it appears as though this may have heated up to a degree that even the pompous pissant himself may actually have to step in personally to quell some or much of it. Because during the night, Elon Musk sent out a tweet after shadow banning a swath of conservative voices on Twitter that read, and I quote, "The reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. I mean, that's amazing. I completely agree with that statement, word for word. There's nothing more that I can add or change. But I'm not Elon Musk, because he followed it up with, take a big step back and fuck yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend." Okay. Steve Bannon has now also jumped into this huge mess, after Laura Loomer also made a huge deal out of it yesterday. So this is becoming quite a hot spot on MAGA's heels and represents what may actually be a larger and more insidious set of circumstances. First, just for clarity's sake, Elon Musk came here on an educational visa. He was not chosen through the H-1B program. And this is one of those situations that a person named Simon Rosenberg actually pointed out, that he came here for school, and instead of doing that, Musk started working instead. Now, if you don't know, that's illegal. He also pointed out that if that's the case and Musk lied on his immigration applications, he committed a felony and could be stripped of both his citizenship and his security clearances. His brother even apparently said, quote, "We were illegal immigrants." So if that's the case, I can tell with utmost certainty that will probably be the aim for a lot of the racist MAGAs who are now infuriated with both he and Vivek. These recent and actually flippant remarks by both of these two people may have actually solidified the beginning of the end for their government department that doesn't even exist yet. Not only is this turning out to be a shock to people like myself that this is happening so soon, but now many people are standing by who supported this man who ran on a platform to deport millions of immigrants, and they're shocked that this administration may be motivated to deport millions of immigrants. Other people just happen to be enraged that a possible illegal immigrant was put in charge of both increasing immigration while insulting all of them directly to their faces because of who they happen to be. That they're all just too stupid to be worthy of real government benefits. I have personally made it consistent that the only thing that Trump wants to do is exploit and manipulate you, and this is proof of that. Nowhere are he and J.D. Vance as the base damn near has a frothing racist mob attack on some of the incoming cabinet members. This Republican Party is now fully devoted between the truly racist individuals who are and always have been proud of the hate and fear that they subscribe to, and the folks who are just now having it kind of dawn on them that they may very well have been duped. Bigly. The grifter-in-chief has fully unleashed the face-eating leopards the way Mr. Burns releases his dogs. A rift is occurring between the folks who applauded the indecency this whole time and those who are just now realizing how many people who told racist jokes throughout their life may not have been joking. And although it kind of sucks to see some of them for who they are, maybe it's more important for those inside the movement itself to come to these realizations of what they've created on their own. There have been plenty of people that I know throughout my life who are only open to truly learning after they've personally made mistakes. They never seem open to advice or counsel. There are jails full of repeat offenders. Some people just don't learn quickly, and now we are seeing that in real time across the board. Over the course of the next week or so, we will see probably more and more people starting to truly understand just how destructive the movement that they supported and ushered is and always has been. I'm no analytical scientist or psychiatrist, so I can't really tell you for certain how so many people were easily fooled or tricked into believing that this man, Trump, isn't a racist who isn't purely motivated by what will enrich himself and his friends. It really is beyond me. The evidence was clear this whole time. Trump's entire schedule throughout his first term was to divide people and own the libs. Now, immigrants of all statuses are in the crosshairs, and the surprise Pikachu faces that are coming out of it is astounding. I don't know if Elon Musk had some kind of plan this whole time, as if he was some kind of wannabe progressive who saw himself as a mole, and he could maybe, sway the monkey with symbols inside of Trump's skull, or if he actually believed that H-1B visas weren't a part of the plan to remove immigration influence in the United States. Given how many people love to hold him on an ivory pedestal for being some kind of genius instead of a venture capitalist, one could make the argument that he couldn't be that stupid. And if that's the case, maybe his rising to this position and treating Trump's base like he treated Twitter advertisers would be the best method to rein in an unhinged executive. But it reminds me of a quote from Gandalf when he was speaking with Saruman. And if you'll allow me to paraphrase, there can only be one Lord of the Dingleberries, only one who can bend them to his will, and he does not share power. So we will have to see how this whole thing actually plays out. Generally speaking, when wealthy narcissists are in a room together, it only ends in bluster and buffoonery. And I'm here for it. I can only hope that this is what will happen and DOGE empire just completely collapses before it has a chance to actually cause harm to Americans across the country. Musk and Ramaswamy are trying to take everything they can from poor people so they can bring in highly skilled immigrants. The people who have feared what they call the replacement theory have all but created their own, and the leopards are hungry. So if you want more on this lunacy, make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm going to keep it coming at you. Just make sure you stay informed, you stay engaged, and you stay decent. Y'all come back now. You hear?